this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do a quick haul video really. I mean, I've just picked up all of these bits and pieces, actually not on the same day. I kind of picked them up over a, period of a few weeks. But I'm thinking that, this may well be the last kind of car boot sales that I'm going to get to do for a while, because obviously the weather's going to start to change. So I thought that I would just come along and show you some of the bits and pieces that I got. And I mean, hopefully we're going to then kind of get on and use these things, although no promises, because I will probably continue to now hoard these things. So I've got a load more cigarette cards. I really do love the vintage cigarette cards, and some of these, I got these butterfly ones, and some of these I hadn't really seen before, so I don't know whether they're a little bit more recent than some of the ones that I've had, or maybe they're older, who knows. Oops. That one's made its way in the wrong pile. But yeah, I really love using those. So I was really chuffed to get those. And then going along the same kind of theme, I got these cigarette cards, which aren't they so awesome? I love all these vintage cards. So yeah, I got all of these and was really chuffed to get these. And I'm going to hopefully do some sort of something using some of these vintage car cards. Oh, that's a mouthful. Vintage car cards, because they are absolutely lovely, aren't they? So yeah, definitely want to get using these. There's not obviously such a selection of these as there are, with the butterflies, as you can see. So I might be more limited what I can actually do with those, but yeah, definitely going to do those. And then, or use those. And then I also got these ones, which I'm thinking, can't really see. I'm wondering whether these are not cigarette cards and maybe some other type of cards. I'm trying to see if they've got anything written on them. I don't know, I'm afraid. But as you can see, they are bigger than the normal cigarette cards. So, I mean, I actually think these are quite nice, because sometimes those cigarette cards, they're a little bit too tiny to actually kind of make the most of. So these are really nice, I think, aren't they, being slightly bigger, but they're still quite small, so they'd still kind of go ideally on pockets and things like that. So yeah, really love those. So that's kind of it for the cigarette cards. And then I was really lucky, because I managed to get all of these little bits and pieces. So I'm just going to quickly show you some of these little bits that I got. So I got these bunch of black and white. Now, I don't know whether these are, would be classed as photographs, or whether they would be classed as postcards. I mean, obviously they're like kind of professional collection of photographs, but they're not obviously big enough to be a postcard, if you see what I mean. But I really love kind of black and white pictures. I love kind of street scenes and, architecture, and kind of generally scenery and things like that. So these were just up my street, to be honest, when I saw these, and I just thought they were absolutely lovely. And because they are more like a postcard, they're they're nice and thick. They're not kind of a flimsy little photograph. They're much more thick and robust feeling. So I mean, obviously I like some of them better than others, but yeah, I've got a really good selection there, and I just really love sticking with the black and white ones, because for me, if you are like me and you struggle with matchy, going with black and white, it's a kind of win-win, because you're going to feel more confident using it, hopefully, with a variety of colours. So yeah, I was really chuffed to get those. And then I got lots of similar kinds of things. So if I just kind of show you, oh, that one was just, oh no, yeah, this one is a flip out. I guess, again, like a sort of miniature postcard collection. I don't think, yeah, it's got nothing kind of written on it. Now, I don't know where this is. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to attempt it. But yeah, AZZIA. So, I mean, is that Italy somewhere? I'm not sure. I mean, it looks kind of like Italy, but yeah, I could be completely wrong. So, yeah, I'm not sure. But look at these beautiful pictures. And again, they're black and white, which just for me, these are going to be nice to use and easy to use, easier than they would be if they were coloured. So And again, you know, I mean, of course, I prefer some to others, but I mean, there's lots with beautiful buildings and things like that. So yeah, really like those. And then I got these ones here. Again, 12 snapshots of Canterbury Cathedral. So again, these are kind of little photos. These ones are matte finish, whereas the others, you know, the first lot were glossy. These are a matte finish, so they're more like, you know, they're more like a printable, to be honest, that we kind of, you know, use ourselves. But on the back, which I thought was really lovely, and I'd never really kind of seen this before, they've got this lovely scripty kind of writing, as if they've been scribbled, you know, on the back with the name of what's photographed. So aren't they just beautiful? Absolutely love those. And of course, what I really love is that they come in this little kind of pouch. Now, I mean, as you can see, this is literally just a fold up pouch. You know, it's not even got sides to it or anything. It's just a little fold. Now, presumably originally it might have had, I don't know, Velcro or something like that holding it together. But what a lovely way to keep those photographs, you know, inside that pouch. Even though they're just loose, it just makes a really nice kind of way to keep them. So all of these things give us more ideas as well for, you know, how to store things in journals, don't they? So I also picked up this. So I got all of these little photographs from the same stall at a car boot sale. So in case you were wondering, you know, that's weird that she's got so many of those. Yeah, they were all from the same person. So this one here, Buckfast Abbey in Devon, Buckfast Abbey in Devon. And again, it's got one of these really fun little pouches. This time it's actually got, you know, a closing mechanism where you can kind of tuck that in. And then inside, again, it's got these photographs. Now, these have got a weird sort of, almost like a metallic finish. They're, yeah, I mean, they're kind of matte, but I don't know whether the camera's picking this up. They've got like a pearlescent, not metallic, pearlescent kind of finish to them. So again, really nice. And again, they're black and white. So, you know, for me, that's a win-win. And these ones also have got these gorgeous little scripty, you know, names and, you know, descriptions on the back, which I just absolutely love that. Because, you know, they feel then like they are the real photos, and they've got sort of handwritten details on the back. But I mean, of course, they're not, you know, they've been kind of, you know, mass produced. Yeah, really, really, really lovely. So then I've got this one here. Again, not sure. Norge, I don't know. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I just show my ignorance all the time when it comes to geography and pronunciation. So, but look at these lovely ones. Again, they've got the black and white theme. These are a little bit more sepia tinged, but, you know, they're really lovely pictures, aren't they? And again, they've got a sort of pearlescent finish. But what I really liked, you know, as you can see again, was this gorgeous little foldy envelope kind of mechanism. So yeah, really, really, really like those. And then I have got these ones. Oops, I'm not sure what that was from. That must have just kind of been in the box, you know, where they were stored. So again, I've got another one of these little pouches. York Minster, I think this is. Yeah, so, I mean, this one's actually been described as sepia matte. So these are these pictures of York Minster. So again, you know, they're nice, they're sepia, and so I would find these very easy to use. And again, look, they've got their little descriptions, you know, scribbled on the back, which I just absolutely love because it makes them feel really authentic. And yeah, I mean, I'd never seen that before. And weirdly enough, pretty much every packet actually had that kind of exact thing. And again, these kind of tuck in here. So every one has got a slightly different sort of pouch to it, which, you know, that's awesome. And we can use these types of things as inspiration for, you know, for bits in our journals. So yeah, really, really love them. And of course, I love the covers. I mean, how much do you love those covers? They're just absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? So those are those. I then got this gorgeous little birthday book. Oh my gosh, how sweet is this? So teeny little book, obviously, you know, birthday book. It's from 1916, that this was obviously gifted to Ethel, by the looks of things, from Amy. And isn't this gorgeous? She's obviously scribbled in there, you know, people's birthdays. Look, I can't read what that says, but Dorothy somebody or other, 1908. So she's put her date of birth in there. I mean, how cute is that? Oh, obviously her child's got hold of this and written in somebody's birthday, probably her own, if children are anything to go by. Look at her lovely writing. Absolutely gorgeous. So again, you know, just a really nice thing to treasure. And then obviously here, it's got little kind of verses and, you know, kind of lines and things like that, which just go alongside every date in the whole book. It's just absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And then we've just got a couple of kind of memo pages at the back. So yeah, again, I mean, I don't know quite how I'm going to be using this. It seems wicked to actually tear it up, to be honest, but I just absolutely love it. So yeah, really was chuffed to get that. I mean, I even love the cover, to be honest. So that's that one. I just picked up a couple of doilies. So I don't very often see doilies over here in the UK, and when you do, sometimes they can be really, really, really expensive. So I was lucky enough to get these from a car boot sale at a, you know, good price. And then I picked up this book. Now, I picked up this book not really so much for what's inside, although it does have some gorgeous, gorgeous images inside. I mean, as you know, I love my architecture kind of images. So I'm absolutely going to, you know, really enjoy using a lot of the images in here. But it doesn't, obviously, as you can see, have, you know, tons of them. But I picked it up mainly for this. I mean, how much do you just love that cover? It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, I just absolutely love, love, love how that cover looks. It's so lovely. And, you know, this obviously little note is from 1910. So the book publishing date is 1909. So, you know, it's a really nice vintage book. We've got this lovely kind of tissue paper and things. I mean, it's just, oh, a gorgeous, gorgeous book, isn't it? So, yeah, and I quite like the text in it, actually, the font, because it's a little bit bigger than normal. And yeah, sometimes it's nice to have some, you know, some different types of font, isn't it? But yeah, it's got lots of kind of lovely prints and things like that in it as well. So yeah, we're very excited to get that one. Then I have got this one. It's an encyclopedia. Let me just move these bits out the way so that I can show you with a bit more space here. So this is the encyclopedia of the violin. And again, I mean, I was very drawn to the cover, which is, of course, you know, gorgeous cover, isn't it? I love this colour green. It's absolutely beautiful colour. This was dated 1929. So again, it's, you know, a really nice vintage book, but it's got all these gorgeous images of violins. So I've had a book a little bit similar to this. That looks a bit like zebra print, that violin. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but yeah, it looks a bit like a modern zebra print one. I've had a book a little bit like this with clocks in it. So it had multiple clocks. I mean, obviously the clocks were much more varied, you know, violins. I mean, well, I don't like to make sweeping statements because I don't really know much about violins, but I'm assuming that they're all pretty similar. So I don't think we're going to get much variation in how they look, but I do love the look of a violin, to be honest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using some of these book pages. And again, obviously the text and the, you know, the font in this book is lovely as well. So I've got plenty of text and things to use. But another bonus was this. So, and these are the labels used by the violin makers. So, I mean, I actually kind of think some of the labels are nicer than the violin pictures. So if I just kind of show you a couple of the pages. Aren't they just lovely? You know, really, really, really nice. So again, you know, kind of nice to have the variation of not just the violins. We've got the lovely, you know, the lovely font as well. And then we've also got, obviously, those labels. We've got a nice kind of tool type page here. And then some, you know, more industrial kind of pictures, like I assume from the factory and things where they make the violin. And then going through, we've got a few pages with some sheet music pieces in them. You know, just pieces of sheet music, if you see what I mean, like sections, not pieces, sections of sheet music, sections of music notes. I don't know how to describe it. Which again, absolutely lovely. And, you know, I like the fact that it's mixed in with the text, because that will make, you know, nice, interesting pieces. And then further in, we've got a few little pictures here, like of some orchestras and things like that, which I love. And then these pictures here, which I absolutely really, really love. I've had several pictures in my children's encyclopedias that are done in this style, where you've got kind of, you know, a figure from history, and they are grouped in these ovals, which they just work so, you know, brilliantly on tags and things. So there's a few pages. Now I can only see two, but I'm pretty sure when I flicked through it in the car boot sale, that there were several pages with, several pages with the oval pictures. And, you know, I mean, each page has got, I mean, like this one has got 8 pictures. Yeah, 8 pictures. So, I mean, to be honest, you're going to get a lot of tags out of these. I'm not saying you want to necessarily use every single one, but, you know, even if it only has a few pages with the oval pictures, you know, I wouldn't probably use more than one oval kind of portrait per tag. So, you know, just this is going to do enough for 8 tags, which, you know, I mean, that's pretty good in itself, isn't it? So, you know, lots of pages with those oval portraits, as you can see. And yeah, I mean, still going on now. So lots of them. And actually, unusually, there's some women as well, which sometimes in those encyclopedias, you know, they often tend to be all men. You know, and sometimes all old men, so not necessarily even kind of attractive men. But yeah, this has got kind of a few women put in as well. And then, of course, at the back, you've got the index page, which, I mean, I don't know whether this is just my imagination, but it seems extra big and extra, you know, extra, I don't know, detail to it. So, you know, you've got lots of different types of things. Well, technically, this is the index. So I'm not sure what this is. This is like the index of the violin pieces or something like that. So it's kind of in addition to the index. But I always really like an index page. So this, you know, for me, I thought, well, what a real bonus this is. And these pages also in this book, they're quite thick. So, you know, they're going to be nice to use, which, again, you know, sometimes when you get vintage books, in particular, the pages can be really, really, really fragile and really flimsy. These are, you know, these are quite thick and quite nice. So, you know, and as you can see, I've got some bigger pictures there of the violins and things. Even got 1 or 2 colour ones, which, you know, is amazing given the age of the book. So, yeah, hopefully going to have, you know, a nice time kind of using lots of the different pieces from here. I mean, these, for instance, if I were to do some of those whole book page collage sheets, you know, to integrate kind of the book page with the sheet music, or, you know, the music notes kind of mixed in with the text, I think is really, really nice, isn't it? So, yeah, kind of quite a good, flexible, or, you know, varied book. So lots of different things in there. So I was quite chuffed with that. Then I got this one here, which is an atlas. Now, I have got to be honest and say, I don't really use atlases very much. When I first started my junk journal kind of adventures, I bought a massive atlas, and yeah, I mean, I paid like, you know, next to nothing for it, a couple of pounds for it. It was vintage, but not hugely so. I have to be honest and say I haven't really used it a great deal. So when I saw this at the car boot sale, I was kind of a bit like, oh, why am I even picking this up? I've still got, you know, an entire atlas that I haven't even bothered using. But I quite liked this one because, again, I mean, this is obviously like some sort of school book. So for a start, I really like the cover. It's, you know, it's really nice, kind of sturdy cover, but in like school notebook form. I love this kind of page. And the map colours are quite nice. And also these are not glossy, which some of those atlas pages, you know, do tend to be slightly on the glossy side. So, you know, I thought these were slightly more muted kind of maps and things like that. So, yeah, I was quite keen on this one. And again, I love the index pages. And this has got quite a big, you know, index section. But on these nice coloured you know, slightly kind of discoloured pages, where again in my massive you know, atlas, my index page, it's pretty white and, you know, very smooth, and kind of, even though it's vintage, it's got quite a new feel to it, whereas this just feels slightly more aged and things, and slightly more kind of authentic. So yeah, really kind of just a nice book, I thought. And yeah, hopefully be able to kind of do some bits and pieces with that. So I'll just put that to one side. Now I'm hanging on to my my best find, and I'll show you that last. So then I got these two at the same time, and these are stamp albums. Now I think I have mentioned these because I actually got them several weeks ago. I mean, stamps, I've got tons of stamps. I really didn't need to do this or buy any more stamps, but I really am becoming quite hooked on stamps, I've got to say. And I hadn't ever actually bought an actual stamp album before. I've bought stamps when they're kind of bundled up into like an envelope or a bag, where you just buy like a mixed bunch. I'd never actually bought like an album before. I mean, partly because of course they're stuck down, so they're going to be, you know, a bit more tricky to use. But having said that, you know, they all seem to want to peel off quite easily, so I don't think they're going to be a problem to actually use them. But it's got quite a good covering, as you can see. I mean, quite a lot of the pages are quite, you know, yeah, quite full. I mean, a lot of them aren't, obviously, but yeah, there's quite a good kind of variety. And again, there's some really nice coloured stamps, which, you know, that sounds weird, but I mean, sometimes I just find it quite tricky to get hold of certain coloured stamps, you know. I mean, aren't these lovely? I love this royal blue. Yeah, I mean, some of these, you know, we've got some nice kind of browns. We've got, I mean, look at that lovely turquoise colour, which, you know, you just sometimes think it's quite hard to get like a good variety of coloured stamps. So, I mean, I love the colour of this one. Yeah. So anyway, so I was quite chuffed to get that one. And then from the same man, so he just did kind of a deal for the two stamp albums. I also got this one. So this one's more in the style that I saw Barbara over at 49 Dragonflies. She kind of used a stamp album a bit like this, where you've got the little, you know, plastic kind of tucks to tuck your stamps in. Now this album, obviously, as you can see, they're much more kind of like picture stamps. Now I have to be truthful and say I struggle to use these. I prefer these kinds of stamps because the picture stamps, you know, they then become my focal point on pieces, which, you know, I don't necessarily want them as the focal point because they're still quite small. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use actually any of these, to be honest. But of course I was suckered in because, you know, he kind of offered a deal for the two books. And I just thought, oh, well, you know, I'll get the two and we'll kind of see what we can make with these. I mean, there are some lovely ones. I mean, for instance, this, you know, I haven't ever seen this stamp before. I'm pretty sure it's not a rare one, but yeah, I just haven't seen it before. But, you know, going to be able to make some nice things from this. I mean, straight away, my kind of mind is going paperclip because it's quite a small piece. But, you know, I guess there's other things probably we could do with them too. But again, I've got some nice colours as well in this album. So I've got these, which are just this lovely kind of dark teal, which, you know, again, I don't necessarily have a lot of those types of colours. So, yeah, got some really, really nice and different stamps in here. But, you know, lots of, you know, varied picture ones and things like that, which, you know, some and some. I may really like some and I may not be quite so keen on some others, you know, and kind of struggle to use some of the other ones. But there are a good variety in here nonetheless. So, yeah, you can't kind of complain when it comes to variety. So, again, you know, hopefully going to come back and do some projects and use some of these stamps. Of course, I will probably go on to hoard these for a little while first. But, yeah, hopefully we will come back and actually use some. I won't just go on to hoard them all. But, I mean, like that one, for instance, Isle of Man. I don't know what date this is. It has got a little postmark, but yeah, my eyesight, being my eyesight, I can't actually see what the date is. But, you know, how gorgeous would that be as a little paperclip? So, you know, definitely I'm thinking we can make some really cute little bits and pieces from these. So yeah, I was quite kind of chuffed with these albums, and you know, like I say, I will probably just go on to actually hoard these for a little while before doing anything at all with them. But I mean, at least they're contained in albums. And then my favourite find was this one. So Edwardian Shopping. Now it's very like the book that I showed quite a long time ago, which was the Victorian advertisements book. It reminds me very much of that. So this is Edwardian Shopping, a selection from the Army and Navy Stores catalogues, 1898 to 1913. That's the date, you know, of the catalogues, but this is a reproduction. So this is not that date. Yeah, this is reproduction, I think, like the 70s or something. Yeah, 1975. So, you know, it's a reproduction of the original catalogue. My only kind of thing that's slightly disappointing is the pages are quite white. But that said, you know, because I love moaning, obviously, the pages of the advertisement book, actually, I find very, very yellow. So I would far prefer them white than the yellow, because obviously I could coffee dye these and things, you know, if I wanted to. But aren't these absolutely amazing images? I absolutely love it. I mean, look at these. Look at these. They are absolutely wonderful, wonderful images, aren't they? I just absolutely love them. And then, of course, you know, because obviously it was, you know, this big store, it's got obviously all different categories and things. I mean, heaven knows what these are. Some sort of pipes. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know. Yeah, I've no idea what these kinds of weird pictures are on the pipes. But, you know, we've got kind of gentlemen's collars here. So, I mean, some of the pages, of course, are going to be more useful than others. You know, I probably wouldn't really use this. But, you know, I could use some of these hats. I could definitely use these gentlemen. Could definitely use the ladies. And then we've got things like this, pipe racks. So again, you know, maybe not that useful. But we could always kind of make envelopes and things like that from these. So, you know, they're all going to be able to be used in some form. Then you've got some just texty pages as well, which again, you know, they're always going to come in handy. We've got instruments and things, we've got cutlery, you know, what do you call it? You know, what do you call these things? Things to spruce yourself up, you know, mirrors and, you know, shaving brush, things like that, you know, for men. Yeah, so lots and lots of different things. We've got furniture, we've got candelabras and things, all sorts of different things. We've got different pencils. Oh, these cute little prams. I mean, just how gorgeous are those? Bikes. I mean, my gosh, what did they not sell in this shop? They sold literally everything in there. And then again, so I think it's done like kind of in years by the looks of things. So we then go 1902. So again, we have more ladies. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous ladies, aren't they? You know, the only thing is obviously the pages have got images, you know, back to back. So it's going to be a tough decision to know which side to use. I'm almost thinking I might have to look up and see if I can get another copy of the book before I start tearing it down, because otherwise I don't think I will ever actually bring myself to use it. But yeah, I mean, aren't these just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous? Got parasols and things. Again, you know, I love these kinds of texty pages where they've got interesting layouts and, you know, different formats to your just normal text, you know, because they make really nice standout pieces, you know, in collage and, you know, anything generally. Oh, how cute is this? You know, children's clothes and things. They've got the cribs and things. We've got more gentlemen's kind of dress items, walking sticks, all sorts of things. I mean, it's absolutely just an awesome, awesome catalogue. You know, you really are spoilt for choice with all the different things that you can use. And then, you know, again, because like I say, it's going in kind of groups in years. So we've got here 1907. So we'll just kind of scoot through, you know, the rest of this section. guns. I mean, bizarre, really, that they obviously sold everything. 1907. And then we've got, again, more ladies. So, you know, there's quite a few ladies here to use in this book. And this section actually seems to have quite, you know, an abundance of them, because you've got, like, the underwear and things like that as well. So, yeah, lots and lots of different ladies that we've got on this one. And then we've got some, oh, more ladies. Yeah, more ladies here. And then we've got some young children, little girls, some prams, some gentlemen here. Again, more kind of texty layouts, clocks and things. Yeah, all sorts of absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous things. You know, some wristwatches, these like toiletries type things. Yeah, trunks, lamps. Oh, I mean, just an abundance of really lovely things. And then we've gone to 1913. So again, we've got more ladies. And, you know, I mean, of course, we're now moving with the fashion. So, you know, the ladies' style is now changing. I mean, aren't these just gorgeous? Absolutely love, love, love these images. They're just absolutely beautiful, aren't they? I mean, that just looks like it could be an umbrella from today, doesn't it? And that one, actually. You know, so yeah, you really are going to have a really good variety of things. So, as I say, I mean, I'm just kind of thinking, oh, I'm not sure I can bring myself to actually chop into this book. So I might have to actually go online and see if I can get myself a second copy before I actually use it. Or golf clubs, you know. Oh, more guns. Yeah, so, I mean, this one hasn't really got much of an index page or anything, well, or an index page at all, by the looks of things. But I think that's fine. You've got really, really a lot of different gorgeous images in the whole book to use. So, yeah, that was kind of my star find that I was absolutely thrilled to bits to actually get that one. So, as I say, obviously all those books, I mean, I got them from car boot sales, but I'm sure that you can probably find them online. So, yeah, I just wanted to come along and share all my goodies that I recently bought with you guys. And then hopefully I'm going to come back and we're going to make some things with some of these bits and pieces. I will probably hoard them for a little while first. But yes, hopefully I will then come back and actually brave it and use some of the bits and pieces. So thank you so much for watching. And yeah, have a great day, everybody. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.